Good morning, this is Listen to VOA, Japanese English listening material site with transcript. Defecting Chinese spy offers information trove to Australian government. A Chinese spy has risked his life to defect to Australia and is now offering a trove of unprecedented inside intelligence on how China conducts its interference operations abroad. Wang, William, Liqiang is the first Chinese operative to ever blow his cover. He has revealed the identities of China's senior military intelligence officers in Hong Kong, as well as providing details of how they fund and conduct political interference operations in Hong Kong, Taiwan and Australia. Mr. Wang has taken his material to Australia's counter-espionage agency, ASIO, and is seeking political asylum, potentially opening another front in Australia's challenging bilateral relationship with China. A sworn statement Mr. Wang provided ASIO in October states, "I have personally been involved and participated in a series of espionage activities. He faces certain detention and possible execution if he returns to China." Mr. Wang is currently at an undisclosed location in Sydney on a tourist visa and seeking urgent protection from the Australian government, a plea he says he has passed on in multiple meetings with ASIO. In interviews with The Age, the Sydney Morning Herald and 60 Minutes, he has revealed in granular detail how Beijing covertly controls listed companies to fund intelligence operations, including the surveillance and profiling of dissidents and the co-opting of media organizations. He has given previously unheard details about the kidnapping of 5 booksellers from Hong Kong and their rendition to the Chinese mainland. His testimony shows how Beijing's spies are infiltrating Hong Kong's democracy movement, manipulating Taiwan's elections, and operating with impunity in Australia. ASIO has repeatedly warned that the current threat of foreign interference is unprecedented, and that the number of foreign intelligence officers currently operating in Australia is higher than it was during the Cold War. ASIO has never publicly named China as a primary source of its concerns, as the government grapples with how to balance public awareness with the risk of diplomatic and economic retaliation. However, on Friday, former ASIO boss Duncan Lewis said the Chinese government was seeking to take over Australia's political system through its insidious foreign interference operations. Among his key revelations, Mr. Wang said he had met the head of a deep-cover spy ring operating with impunity in Australia. Mr. Wang said he was part of an intelligence operation hidden within a Hong Kong-listed company, China Innovation Investment Limited, CIIL, which infiltrated Hong Kong's universities and media with pro-Chinese Communist Party operatives who could be activated to counter the democracy movement. He says he had personal involvement in an October 2015 operation to kidnap and abduct to the Chinese mainland a Hong Kong bookseller, Li Bo, and played a role in a clandestine organization that also directed bashings or cyber attacks on Hong Kong dissidents. His handlers in China issued him a fake South Korean passport to gain entry to Taiwan and helped China's efforts to systematically infiltrate its political system, including directing its cyber army and Taiwanese operatives to meddle in the 2018 municipal elections. Plans are underway to influence the 2020 presidential election, plans that partly motivated him to defect to Australia. Mr. Wang said the Chinese Communist Party under Xi Jinping infiltrates all countries in areas such as military, business and culture. In order to achieve its goal, you shouldn't underestimate our organization. We were cultivated and trained by the organization for many years before taking up important positions. The Chinese Communist Party wants to ensure no one threatens its authority. Hong Kong's Mr. Wang claimed his cover in Hong Kong was as a businessman working for CIIL, which he described as a front company used by various Chinese intelligence agencies and Communist Party officials. His boss, Shangshen, was a senior intelligence operative, he said. Mr. Wang's main task was coordinating the relationships between his organization and other intelligence agencies and collecting information related to pro-independence activists. He took instructions from Chinese military intelligence officials. A key area of operations, he said, for Hong Kong universities. Mr. Wang claimed his organization had infiltrated into all universities, including student associations and other student groups and bodies. He had responsibility for recruiting mainland students using scholarships, travel grants, alumni associations and an education foundation. To be continued to number 2. That's all. Thank you. Listen to VOA.